Howdy. Hope all's well. First few days in school haven't been too hectic. Firstly, I would have preferred to have met you all in person to go through all this, but arranging a time seems a bit difficult. Not everyone being available at the same time. And it saves me going through this with you all individually, and it saves you losing any planning or preparation time, which is pretty important to you guys now at the moment and everyone else in the school. However, if there's any questions, do drop me a message on Teams and we can arrange a time that suits to meet if any of this is confusing. As you're aware, some of you are going to be helping us here in primary with year 5 and 6 lessons this year. I just want to thank you for your time and support. It means so much to the team here in primary. We're going to try and be as organised as possible to make sure there's no hassle for you guys. We'll be producing all the planning ourselves and don't expect you to plan any of the year 5 or 6 lessons. With that said, if you have any funky ideas or plans that we could try out or something you'd like to do at year 5 or 6, please let us know. And alternatively, if you have any concerns, let me know them too. In the coming days, I'm going to send you a Microsoft Teams link where our planning will be uploaded on a weekly basis. The email will also have this PowerPoint to go through if you'd rather not listen to my voice for the next 4 minutes. And you can just read through the PowerPoint yourself, up to you. So let's get into it. So we're rolling out this new assessment model for year 3 to 6 students this year. Jodie started this towards the end of the last academic year, but I'm going to take over with Jodie being busy with her new responsibilities. The idea is that each learning outcome that we produce for every lesson is related to at least one element of this model. So, as you can see here, the acronym is PERFORM, P-E-R-F-O-R-M, and each letter has a heading: professionalism, expression and energy, reflection, focus, opportunity, respect, and musicality. It's essentially a glorified traffic light system. This version that we're looking at now is the model for teachers and parents to discuss in parent-teacher meetings or for us to use as teachers in our planning. As you can see on the left here, we've tried to keep things aligned with secondary and to adhere to vocab and direction that you guys take your work in, and also whilst also being a sort of through academy effort to bridge that gap with primary and secondary. This one you don't have to look at too much. You guys won't be planning stuff like I said, but this is if you want to use it as a reference. I will be sending over an image of this also. This one is the important one. This is the one for kids. Every learning outcome, like I said, will be related to one of these columns here. So let's take, for example, reflection. So after your activity or during a mini plenary or at the end of the lesson or whenever you want to use it in your lesson, you just stop the students and you ask them to check, have they passed the red light? Did you reflect on any aspect of your learning during our lesson today? If they can say yes, they move on to all of them. That's the case for all of these. If they can say yes, it means they completed that level, they're on to the next one. This is the amber section. Did you give any feedback to your team or partner during today's lessons? If you've given feedback to other people, yes, okay, on to the green one. And then so forth. The blue one is aimed towards our elite exceeding students. We've tried to make them as challenging as possible. This is still in first stage. So if there's anything you notice here that's not consistent or you think should be phrased differently, the more heads the better. Please do let me know. I can edit it. This will be on the walls in the classrooms. For secondary, I can produce some also in A3 size laminated. There'll also be A5 and A4 copies that you can hand out to students, give them a marker, and say, for example, in terms of expression energy, where are you here on this list? They can circle it with the marker, give it back to you, and then you can have that discussion about how do we get from the amber light to the green light? What do we have to do? Do you think you can do that? They go off and do it and come back to you and let you know when they're at the green stage. That's pretty much the whole idea behind it. As you can see in this slide here, this is how it will look in your PowerPoints that will be produced for you guys. There will be one column somewhere with the letter on top, and they have to see how far they can get. The students have to see how far they can get through each light. Green, red, amber, green, and then the blue for exceeding or elite. Just another idea. We don't have a lot of issues here with behaviour in this school, but it can be used for that also. I will have those little A5 versions of these. So if there's a student who is being particularly difficult or you're having an issue with them, just pull them aside, give them the card and say, let's look at maybe the respect column. Do you, in the first section here, do you think you behaved yourself appropriately during today's lesson? If they can't say yes to that, well then, the onus is on them. They are answering the question themselves. No, actually I wasn't, so I'm only at this stage. So it's just kind of empowering the students to assess themselves a little bit more and to help them realise that where they are in terms of the lesson's progress. That's it, really. If you have any questions, get on to me in Microsoft Teams, organise a time that we can meet. Again, thanks for your time here. I really, really appreciate all the support. And that is it. So I'll chat to you soon.